Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and I'm back this time with my review of the G.I. Joe Retaliation Tread-Ripper Tank with Missile Launcher Cannon. Now, get a good look at this here in the packaging. Very nice looking vehicle. Of course, it does come with a clutch figure. Unfortunately, it's the same old BS Hasbro's been giving us. He's got like 5 points of articulation, even though it looks like a great sculpt. On the back here, even though this obviously makes an appearance in the movie, it's been like every trailer, it's pretty evident they've just kind of broken the his scout down, and I don't know, I have a feeling it's going to suffer for it, because those don't look like working treads, which is really unfortunate. But I don't know if this actually has a read-up or not. Oh, here it is. Vehicle Expert Clutch puts the Tread-Ripper tank into high gear against Cobra Hiss tanks and blasts them with high-powered missile fire. So that's interesting. That being said, not too much to say about the packaging. Let's open it up. And before we go into the Tread-Ripper, we'll have a quick look at clutch. Now, like I said, really basic articulation. Arms both do a full 360. Head does a full 360. Legs go forward and back. That is it. And that is garbage. It's really, at the bottom line, an insult to the G.I. Joe line. And it's a shame because he's such a well-detailed figure. I mean, great head sculpt. Really nice detail on the vest, the pants. I mean, it's a real shame he doesn't work out better. I've heard a lot of people saying they want to make a custom rock and roll with his head sculpt, but yeah, well, you know, he'll go in the Tread-Ripper, which is over here for me. Now to get him in, you kind of have to turn the guns off to the side, lift it up, bend his legs like so, and drop him in. The way they've got his hands posted, it's not hard to get his hands on the gears. So, there you have clutch in the Tread-Ripper. So, like I said, these are not actual working treads. Now, I know there's been a lot of issues with people since the Hiss tank came out. They're like, oh, the treads don't work right. I'm an adult collector. Realistic treads are just, you know, a nice little bonus for me. I think they look much better than these plastic sculpted on ones. And, you know, instead of just these little plastic wheels they've slapped onto the bottom, which, you know, as far as playing, I guess they roll just fine for kids. I do have all the stickers already put on. Some of them are kind of peeling off, but get a nice little look at it. I think putting the Hiss tank's guns, especially both of them on top, was a little much. I mean, it overwhelms the vehicle. I don't think that looks very great. The Hiss Scout's little two-gun system was enough for me, and I really don't like how this cockpit is open, to be completely honest. You know, not to mention right here where anything could get in. In the movie, the Tread-Ripper looks like it's completely closed, and this is just like Hasbro saw the movie and we're like, you know, we could probably retool the Hiss Scout, and we would have to put too much work into this toy. So that really feels cheap now. Of course, it does have a firing missile, buttons up here, just like the Hiss tank. Unlike the Hiss tank, its main little chain gun does still have a spot for a ammo belt, I believe, yep, but no spot for the actual gun to attach onto the Tread-Ripper, which I honestly would have liked that better. Maybe the gun just being up here, have a longer belt of ammunition that fed into it, because I don't want, you know, this thing's a lighter vehicle. I don't need this huge rocket launcher on top. That might be how I end up displaying it. Now, this has been fairly easy to find since the movie came back out. I actually have had mine for a while. I got mine on clearance at Target when they pulled the toys off the shelf for $7. So, at $7, I can't complain, but unfortunately I don't have an out-of-box one to compare it to. I wanted to keep mine in packaging. I think the Hiss Scout, even without having an open one, it just looks superior. It looks much cooler. The paint on it's better. It has working treads, a more realistic gun, and a driver with full articulation, even if he wasn't a Joe. So, it's just really hard to recommend this. It's kind of bare bones. It's got a peg back here, which looks like it'd be really hard to get somebody to stand on those, but you could act like they're working one of the guns. They could have put handles on the chain gun at least. That would have been nice. Overall, this vehicle is just, there's a lot of only, like, if only they'd done this, if only they'd done this, if they put working treads on, if they tweaked the guns a little bit, if they'd closed it off, you know. A little more work and this would have been a great vehicle. As it stands, it just feels kind of slapped together. For $7, I'm happy. I can't really recommend paying, well, $15. It's not the most awful price you'll ever pay for a toy, especially a G.I. Joe vehicle. But this definitely could have been better. And that being said, this is JTrain997, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.